It's time for GMA3. New details about Kiefer Sutherland's arrest.
The male white, 5'10", black coat, dark blue jacket.
After sources say an Uber driver accused the actor of punching him in the face and choking him. Prince Harry back in Britain and back in court, joined by Elton John in his fight. Will he see his family while he's there?
Come on, get on up.
A wild new record for Zootopia 2, how the sequel is making history at the box office. It's time for GMA3.
It's funny if you're down to play.
From ABC News headquarters in New York City, this is GMA3.
How much do you love that song?
I love the Shakira soundtrack to Zootopia 2.
It is so good. It is good to see you. It is good to see Rachel's mama. I know you're watching, Mama Scott.
Big fan of Gio. And I'm Rachel Scott here with Rebecca Jarvis. And we're so glad that you can join us on this Monday. Happy Monday, everybody, when the country honors Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We're looking at a memorial in Washington, D.C. dedicated to his life and his legacy as an advocate for racial equality, peace, and justice.
Such a legacy, and we have a lot coming up here today. Oscar winner Sir Ben Kingsley is here telling us all about Marvel's new series Wonder Man with an exclusive new clip.
That's right, and I can't wait for that, but I can wait for this story. Dr. Darian Sutton is here with why today is known as Blue Monday and what you can do to beat the winter blues. It's not blue right now, though.
Oh, yeah. It's very.
I was going to say.
What color is it? It's pink.
Yeah, there you
very
go.
Very lively.
We're happy on this couch.
Orange, yellow, vibrant.
But first, we do want to begin, though, with the details on the arrest of Kiefer Sutherland. Law enforcement sources telling us a rideshare driver claims the actor punched him and then tried to choke him. Chief investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky has been tracking this one for us. Hey, Aaron.
Rachel, this confrontation, as alleged last week between Kiefer Sutherland and his Uber driver, may have been a little more physical than we first thought. Law enforcement sources tell ABC News an Uber driver reported to police actor Kiefer Sutherland punched him multiple times and tried to choke him.
I am relieving you of your command effective immediately.
The designated survivor star was arrested a week ago in Hollywood. The driver needed no medical treatment, but told police he got out of the car to get away from Sutherland and called 911 while running off.
The male white, 5'10", black coat, dark blue jacket.
The sources say it appeared to responding officers Sutherland was under the influence. The sources also say the driver had a dash camera that may have captured some of the alleged encounter. That could help the L.A. District Attorney's Office determine what charges the actor could face. ABC News reached out to Sutherland's representatives. The actor, known for roles in A Few Good Men and 24, was arrested for allegedly making a criminal threat and released on $50,000 bail. TMZ reported Sutherland repeatedly asked the driver to pull over and let him out before threatening to kill him if he did not stop the car. Investigators are working to determine whether the driver understood or whether there may have been some kind of language barrier. No charges have been filed on the case yet. Those are expected by the time Sutherland appears in court, which is due to happen on February 2nd. Joe.
Okay, I know that you'll be watching that. Aaron, thank you so much. Now to London, where Prince Harry is due in court today as he and other celebrities, including Elton John and Elizabeth Hurley, sue the publisher of the Daily Mail. And Maggie Rulli has more on this from London. Hey, Maggie.
Hey, Gio. Yeah, seeing a royal in court like this is incredibly rare, but a spokesperson for the prince says Harry is confident and ready as he starts his case against the publishers of the Daily Mail. Now, Harry was seen waving to reporters as he entered the court this morning. He's due to testify on Thursday. And alongside Harry, there are 6 other high-profile names attached to this court case, including Elton John and Elizabeth Hurley. Now, they're all suing Associated Newspapers for alleged illegal information gathering, arguing that back in the 1990s and early 2000s, the newspaper group paid private investigators to bug their homes and cars, listen in on their phone calls, even bribe police for sensitive information. Now, Associated Newspapers denies all allegations, calling them preposterous, adding that they are unsubstantiated and highly defamatory claims based on no credible evidence. Gio.
So, Maggie, now that Harry is back in the UK, will he be seeing his father, the king?
This is what everyone wants to know. But, Gio, right now, it's looking very unlikely that there'll be any kind of royal reunion. King Charles is currently in Scotland and will be remaining there the entire week. Harry's brother, Prince William, is also going up to Scotland tomorrow and is too busy with engagements. We did reach out to the palace for comment, but have not yet heard back. Rebecca.
All right, Maggie, thank you. We're going to turn now to all that excitement for tonight's college football national championship game. Top-ranked, undefeated Indiana going for its first ever title against a Miami team on its home field. And Victor Akendo is in Miami with the latest. Victor, I think this is a first. You in your home state wearing a winter coat for GMA3.
It's a little colder than we'd like right now, Rebecca, that is for sure. But we are just hours away from kickoff right now. Hard Rock Stadium, it looks incredible. This field is pristine, ready for all the action. The big questions tonight: will the Indiana Hoosiers win their first ever college football national championship, or will the Miami Hurricanes return to the top of the college football world? For Indiana, they are led by the Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year and Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza. Quite the homecoming for the Miami native. He grew up down here, grew up rooting for the Hurricanes. He says this game, of course, it means a lot to him, but, quote, it means so much for Bloomington. It means so much for my teammates. It would mean so much for everybody around. The Hurricanes have an unprecedented home field advantage tonight, playing on home turf, a lot of support in the stands. Though we should note, in college football history, no team has ever won the national championship playing in their home stadium. The Canes with a decorated history, but their last title more than 20 years ago. The Hoosiers betting favorites tonight, but Miami has been an underdog throughout this postseason run. They've won 3 in a row to get here. What's one more? Guys?
Well, you know what, Victor? You've got that coat on. You're feeling cold, but he's nice and warm and fuzzy right now because it's his alma mater that's playing in this game.
Exactly. Well, we hope you have a great time enjoying the game tonight, Victor. We hope it gets a little warmer, and there are so many great storylines here. I think anyone, whether you are rooting for a specific team or not, can enjoy this one. And you can see the national championship tonight on ESPN starting at 7:30 Eastern. Coming up here, Dr. Sutton is here with tips for battling those winter blues.
Uh-oh.
All right, well, back now with a GMA Health Alert. Today is what many call Blue Monday, or the most depressing day of the year. And while the name itself is not scientific, the feelings are quite real. About 1 in 5 Americans say their mood drops during the winter months. So what is actually happening to our bodies, and what can we do about it? Well, I know someone that has the answers. Our medical correspondent, Dr. Darian Sutton, is here to break it all down. I mean, not to start this off on a depressing note, but I mean, these feelings are real. I mean, people do really get the winter blues.
People really do, including myself. And I have to say, not every day is the same, and this day is not the most depressing day by the science. But the truth is that the wintertime brings shorter days, that limits our light, and that can disrupt not only our routine, but our circadian rhythm. And I want to show you about some things that are going on inside of our body aside from our circadian rhythm or our natural biological clock. When we have less light, melatonin, that hormone that helps us sleep, increases. That can make us feel sluggish even after a full night's sleep. Also, serotonin becomes imbalanced. That's our important neurotransmitter for our mood. That can make us feel more irritable. A note about that is that when we have low serotonin, we start looking for dopamine, and that's often when we're looking for carbs, and one of the reasons why we have those winter cravings. And then most notably, vitamin D. We all kind of know this. When the sun goes down and we get less light, we get less vitamin D. That can make us feel more depressed and even increase our risk to infection.
I keep wanting to sing, I'm blue, dabba dee dabba dee. I like watching the crew respond to that.
Please keep singing.
I was going to let you go.
But
one way to treat it is with
on
singing.
a more serious note, how can one tell the difference between actual anxiety, depression versus something less serious like seasonal affective disorder?
Yeah, well, we often talk about winter blues, and that's experienced by the majority of those who feel those depressed symptoms during the winter time. That's about 10 to 20% of people. The biggest key here is that it does not interfere with your daily life. That includes your work and your relationships, and it's often limited to the winter, and you can often turn it around by just certain things that you're doing throughout your day. Now, seasonal affective disorder is a clinical diagnosis that's experienced by about 5% of adults. This is a true diagnosis. It comes with more severe symptoms. Key here is it interferes with your life, your work, your relationships. This often needs clinical management of some way, shape, or form. That can either be light therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, or even medications.
Okay, so we reached Blue Monday. We're here. So what do you do right now if you're feeling low?
You make a schedule. Treat yourself like an employee of your own firm, and that's your body. You want to make sure to do things just for you, making sure that when you start your day, you plan out how you can get your movement in. That's really key here. But I think most importantly, starting your day with light. That's a big factor in all of these variables. opening the windows as soon as you get up. I know some of us hate that. We want to live like vampires, but you shouldn't. Even having coffee near the window can be helpful. And then consistent movement. I'm not asking for you to go to the gym, but that means taking an extra flight of stairs, parking a little farther away from your office, figuring out where you can get that movement in each and every day, protecting your sleep, and connect with people. Schedule your friend meetups like they're work meetups. You want to make sure that you have that informed social activity. Make that happen. And it's because we are social beings. So you want to make sure it can just be a coffee talk or a coffee walk and talk, or it could be a video call. Whatever it is, schedule it in because it's just as important as all those other factors.
By the way, it's totally coincidental that 3 of the 4 of us are wearing blue right now. So it is what it is.
I did
We're
my
going
part.
with the trend.
Some really, really helpful tips. Dr. Darian, we so appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, and coming up here, Zootopia 2 is slithering into movie history. See what I did there? With some incredible box office records. We've got all the details in Pop News. Stay with us.
Okay, we are back now with Pop News and Sophie Flay.
Hey guys, good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, we begin Pop News with a wild weekend at the box office for Zootopia 2. It is now the highest grossing animated motion picture association film of all time, beating out the previous record holder Inside Out 2. The sequel, starring Jennifer Goodwin as Judy Hopps, Jason Bateman as Nick Wilde, and Ki Hui Kwan as Gary the Snake, is a certified hit with fans of all ages after being worked on for nearly a decade.
Wow.
And Zootopia 2 is celebrating another milestone. It is the 9th biggest film in history at the box office, with over $1.7 billion in ticket sales globally. Alan Bergman, co-chairman of Disney Entertainment, sharing his excitement with gratitude to the fans for their enthusiasm, and going on to state Zootopia 2 is an extraordinary achievement, and we are grateful to everyone who helped bring it to life. And the phenomenon, you like that? It's still playing in theaters everywhere now, so go see it.
It is great. And I also love a decade of work to get that kind of response is really remarkable. Congrats to the whole team.
Yes.
So much joy.
So cool to see it come to life. Also in Pop News, celebrating the life and legacy of longtime Disney writer Roger Allers, who passed away over the weekend. Allers is best known for co-directing the 2-time Oscar-winning box office blockbuster The Lion King back in 1994. He worked as a storyboard artist on beloved animated classics like The Little Mermaid, The Rescuers Down Under, and Beauty and the Beast. Walt Disney CEO Bob Iger posting a tribute to Allers on Instagram, writing, "His work helped define an era of animation that continues to inspire audiences around the world, and we are deeply grateful to everything he gave to Disney." Roger Allers was 76.
Wow.
I cannot think of that stampede scene without getting emotional, right? Oh, it's so beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a staple.
Yeah.
An absolute staple.
Yeah.
In movie news, Glenn Powell is proving he is a man of many talents. Powell is gearing up for his next project, a comedy that he's going to star and co-write alongside Judd Apatow, who's on board to direct the untitled film. The movie will be about a country western music star in a free fall with his career, and fans are getting closer to seeing it on the big screen. It's set to debut in theaters February 5th, 2027. Powell is also teaming up with another powerhouse director, ever heard of him, J.J. Abrams, for a film coming out this November called The Great Beyond. All this after getting a Golden Globes nod for his role as Chad Powers, which is officially in production on season 2. After season 1 of the Hulu football comedy scored big time with fans. Glenn can act, he can write, he can play football, and now it seems like we might be able to find out if he can sing too. Ooh. And this is a Texas boy, so if anyone can do it, I think it's him.
Well, we found out Rebecca could sing a little earlier, so
How dare you?
Or not. Or not.
How dare you? Anything's possible.
Hey, maybe we'll see if they're still casting. I love it. I love it. And finally, in Pop News, you guys, you got to check this out. The rescue of a sweet baby sea lion. Earlier this month, police in Mountain View, California, started getting calls that a sea lion pup had been spotted in a parking lot, wandering out of the water. A police officer, a police officer was able to guide him out of the traffic, thankfully, and into a patrol car, taking it to the Marine Mammal Center in Sausalito. Now, veterinarians have named the pup Baby Mac.
Okay.
They discovered it was severely malnourished and too young to survive in the wild without his mother. But they say Baby Mac has been getting stronger every day, happily swimming in the pool, as you can see, and thriving under the hospital's care.
Baby Mac.
I love Baby Mac. So
I love
cute.
that. That's a cute name.
So cute, adorable. Happy he's okay.
Thank you, Sophie. That was great. All right, coming up here on GMA3, Sir Ben Kingsley is here telling us about the new Marvel series, Wonder Man. Stick around here on GMA3.
Welcome back to GMA3.
Welcome back to GMA3. Tomorrow on GMA, Chris Pratt is here live telling us all about his new thriller, Mercy, and so much more. He is always so much fun, and we can't wait to be with him.
He really is. Jeanette McCurdy will be here too. She's gone from iCarly to best-selling author with her memoir about her life as a child star. She's written her first novel now, half his age, and it's getting a lot of buzz.
Wow, good for her. All right, and on Wednesday, we're going to hear from Sarah Jessica Parker, fresh off receiving that Carol Burnett Award at the Golden Globes. We are looking forward to that. We love her.
Yes, we do. That was such a moment, too. Well, we're going to turn now to a new book, The Healing Power of Resilience. It looks at how your mindset can affect your health and well-being. It's out tomorrow, and the author is our very own chief medical correspondent, Dr. Tara Narula. She's here to tell us about it. It is so great to see you, Dr. Narula. Congratulations. This is such an accomplishment, and I admire you so much, and it's an incredible thing what you've accomplished in your life. You're a journalist. Every day you rush out of here as a cardiologist to go see patients. You're a wonderfully devoted mom, and now you have this book about resilience. Why did you write it?
Yeah, Rebecca, I see resilience everywhere. I see it in my patients, you know, their stories, people who've had heart attacks, heart failure, and they go on to live these beautiful lives. And you think, how could they do that, right? In the stories we cover as journalists, I remember interviewing the parents of children who had survived school shootings, you know, or people who had lost their children. And you wonder, how can they possibly move forward in life? And then I see it in my family and my friends and my own life. And so it's everywhere. And it's this beautiful, powerful force that pulls us forward when we don't think we can put one foot in front of the other. And so I became fascinated by it and a student of it. And I really learned that it is not only something that is innate, we all have it, much more than we think, but that it is something that we can build and cultivate. And I felt like that was a really important message to get out for everyone, just, you know, who's facing any challenge, but in particular also for patients. In my world of medicine, I see patients given or handed a diagnosis, their life changes in 1 second, and they are really paralyzed by this fear of what does this mean? And I feel like we're missing the boat in medicine in terms of at the same time telling them, yes, your life has changed, but here's how you can build resilience and here's how you can move forward. Here's a path, a blueprint for that to help you thrive.
What's amazing in this book, I read it over the weekend, and you have stories about just this resilience. I mean, people who are facing impossible conditions and circumstances, and somehow they are able to rise up. And I found it incredibly inspiring. You weave in your own personal story as well throughout the chapters too. How can people be resilient? I mean, what are those sort of keys that you're seeing as these people move forward?
It's so important that we cultivate this because, you know, we talked about medical diagnoses, but at any moment in our lives, we all face challenge. It could be a divorce, it could be a financial crisis, our business fails, it could be a loss or a death in the family. And we have to have those skills, those tools in the toolbox that we can pull out and utilize. And the second half of the book really focuses on what those tools are. But the first half is really defining the common denominator, which is that we all elicit a stress response in the setting of a challenge. Our body is primed to do that to help us survive. But the problem is that when the stress response remains chronic, it becomes damaging. And so the same way that we turn on the stress response, I want people to know that they are empowered to actually reverse that and use our bodies in our favor.
And turn it
on
off.
a resilient response. Exactly. Quiet the stress response. And so that's what those tools are about.
I love that as a cardiologist, you help heal the physical heart, but in this book, you're really helping heal the metaphysical heart. And I think what's so powerful about this is that you actually have a plan here, and it's 8 factors for resilience, include facing fears, building connection and purpose. We have some of those right there on the screen. But your very first factor is acceptance.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, this goes back to my personal story in many ways. You know, when I was in medical school, I lost vision in the bottom part of my right eye, and no one knew what had happened. Actually, to this day, no one knows. I still have the vision loss, and it was extremely scary, the lowest point in my life, to be thinking I'm at the start of my career, and I might go blind. I was told you might have multiple sclerosis. And I literally was paralyzed with fear. I'd fought so hard to get to medical school, and I thought I might never see my career come to fruition. And my mother sent me in the mail a card that had the Serenity Prayer on it. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And in that moment of reading her words, honestly, it was like the saving grace I needed. It helped me realize, like, I can't move forward if I can't accept the fact that my life has changed from what I thought it was going to be. I'm never going to have that vision in my eye, but maybe I can still become a doctor, so I'm not going to worry about it. And so really acceptance is purposefully put as the first tool, because you can't do any of the others if you just don't accept what's happened.
And love for you. Love is the medicine, right? We know this, but you say that it's different than connection.
It is, and I think it was also important for me to put love in this book. Not a lot of the psychologists who do resilience research talk about love. A lot of them talk about social connection, but there's something very different about intimate love, love with a partner, a spouse, your children, your siblings. It is so much deeper, and it is about sacrifice. And
look at your daughter right there.
Yes, Sienna. And really, there are hormones like oxytocin that is released when you breastfeed, when you touch someone. Those bonding hormones. There is a quieting of your sympathetic nervous system, that adrenaline, when you have that connection. So again, it is a way to reverse that. And we also talk about self-love, right? That's just as important as the love for other people. You have to have that grace for yourself to be able to be resilient and move forward.
We're so proud of you.
I'm so proud. I love that you look at this so holistically, because the science is there and you use that part of it, but there's also this other component that you bring it to the table here all the time on GMA3 and at Good Morning America, and you do it with the book, and you do it with so much grace and poise, and we love having you.
Thank you so much. I love you.
And we are so proud of you, Dr. Narula.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And that is just the beginning. Dr. Narula is going to be back for a very in-depth special conversation with Robin tomorrow. And her new book, don't forget it, it's called The Healing Power of Resilience. It is available tomorrow, or you can pre-order it using that QR code on your screen. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Coming up here, the cosmetic surgery for fuller brows. We're going to tell you about eyebrow transplants.
All right, back now with an eye-opening beauty trend. Yeah. Initially popular with celebrities, eyebrow transplants. Yes, eyebrow transplants. They are now more widely available to the public. This cosmetic surgery fills out your eyebrows to give you a more youthful look. And Stephanie Ramos is here with a story. I had never heard of eyebrow transplants until I literally saw it in the rundown.
Yeah, it is a thing, and there are many more puns on the way as well. This is a cosmetic surgery that's raising eyebrows among millions who went after those razor-thin eyebrows years ago. Do you remember those penciled-in brows? Well, having thick, full eyebrows is now just a procedure away.
It's one of the most popular beauty trends of the past decade. Full and flawless eyebrows, seen styled on famous faces. You may remember the thin brow mania of the early 90s. Late makeup artist Kevin Aucoin often credited with starting the trend, as seen in the documentary Larger Than Life, The Kevin Aucoin Story.
And he'd lie me down and pin me and then pluck out all my eyebrows.
And then literally overnight, everybody started tweezing their eyebrows.
The majority of my patients are coming from that 90s, 2000s era. And now, after having tweezed for many years, a lot of those patients are seeing that their hair hasn't grown back in.
Now, a cosmetic surgery growing in popularity is helping to fill in those gaps. Eyebrow transplants. In 2021, Chrissy Teigen sharing her transplant results on Instagram, writing, "Welcome new brow hairs." Teigen crediting Beverly Hills facial plastic surgeon Dr. Jason Champagne, who specializes in hair restoration.
To me, it's more than just surgery, it's also an art.
Similar to traditional hair transplants, for most people, hair is harvested from the back of the patient's scalp, then implanted permanently in their brow line.
This procedure has helped a lot of patients to achieve what they are really looking for, and that's their own natural hair in their eyebrows.
But it's not just for celebrities.
Cassie, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you doing?
Okay, very good. So we're going to get started.
In New York, plastic surgeon Dr. Michael Wolfeld is getting ready for surgery and making his final marks.
We're checking for symmetry of the brows.
His patient, 56-year-old Cassie Wilhilt.
And I'll show you with the mirror exactly what the plan will be, okay?
Traveling over 700 miles to his medical office.
I just feel like I'm in really good hands with him.
Cassie admits she over-tweezed her brows decades ago.
When I was younger, I had wonderful, big, bushy eyebrows until I started over-plucking them.
And they started to thin out over time.
They did.
Who are the folks that are coming in here to inquire about this procedure?
So we see a wide age range. Anywhere from someone in their 30s to someone in their 60s will come in. And we've seen over the past several years that it has really grown in popularity.
What were your thoughts when you heard that the procedure would be permanent.
I was thrilled that this would be a permanent solution. I couldn't be more happy to give this a shot.
We implant them one by one to angle everything.
This is a process, so why go through this?
It'll be so beneficial for my face and just looking like my old self versus more of an aging self.
But it can take months for the transplanted hair to grow in and to see the full results of the procedure.
What does a procedure like this typically cost someone?
It can range anywhere from usually $6,000 to $7,000 to $15,000 to $16,000.
As with any surgery, patients should check their doctor's medical credentials and consider any risks.
I would say the main risks are, number one, minimal bleeding. That just happens from little incisions that we're creating in the skin. There might be a little bit of sensitivity from the donor area or even in the brow area. Beyond that, infection is potentially a risk. And then the incision line visibility, place incisions in places where it would be very difficult to find or tell that anything was ever done.
And according to a recent study, up to 11% of hair transplant patients experienced permanent numbness. As for Cassie, her 6-hour procedure is finally finished.
So, I'm going to show you.
And she's getting a first look at her new brows.
We transplanted a total of about 600 individual follicles, so it was a full eyebrow restoration.
I just hope that this is a great solution where it'll make me look more natural and, make the aging process slow down a little bit.
So one thing to remember is that there's going to be a lot more maintenance after surgery and recovery because the hair is going to grow much faster and longer and quicker. So if you don't want like 2 French braids here in the eyebrow area, you have to trim them a lot more often. It's just a thing, but your hair is going to grow.
You really gave us the fuller picture there,
Oh,
Stephanie.
that was good. Yes,
You really did.
Filling in the gaps for you. Nice full brows, just a procedure away.
I'm going to move us forward. Because coming up, we have Sir Ben Kingsley. He is here. Thank you, Stephanie.
Yes.
He's telling us about his wonderful return to the Marvel Universe and the highly anticipated new series, Wonder Man. Stay with us.
And welcome back to GMA3, where we are joined now by Sir Ben Kingsley with an Oscar, a BAFTA, a Grammy, and a Golden Globe wins under his belt. He's bringing his talents back to the Marvel Universe in the new series, Wonder Man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You know what's incredible about you? You have this incredible career, 5 decades, but I can't believe that I heard that you still get nervous when you walk out into the...
I think it's an essential part of leading an athletic life is the anticipation of being tested, however benignly or it's always this or this. It's always Caligula and the thumb, the gladiator. It's either this or this. It is gladiatorial. Even whatever one accumulates in terms of meetings with remarkable people, as I discussed earlier, it's still that sense of anticipation. And to be a tribal storyteller, not to sell the tribe short. I'd love to share a story with you too, because in observance of Martin Luther King Day, I know that the late Dr. King was very influenced by Mahatma Gandhi, who was a part of my life for a while, and although he had passed away before the film was opened, I had the great pleasure of meeting Coretta Scott King and his sons, because we screened, Dickie Attenborough screened Gandhi especially for the family who were so close to Gandhi and to their late dear husband and father. So I remember being very still and somehow saying, do not let this moment slip through your fingers. Somehow, by some kind of spiritual osmosis, let them in. And I felt, I'll tell you, I felt an immense feeling of safety when I was with them. Security, safety. I felt nothing bad can happen to me whilst I'm standing close to this. I distinctly remember. How beautiful! I remember his sons. They were like, they probably still are. They were monumentally strong and still. A very beautiful, dignified moment. And although I get nervous, it's not letting the gifts that I've been given, not trivializing them, and not squandering them, not letting them down. I keep saying this, I've been very, very blessed. Your dear Eddie, who works with you, just showed me his tattoo, and it says gratitude.
Yes, it does.
The same as my T-shirt, which will be grateful. Sorry, it says grateful, not gratitude. Same word.
We feel that with you. We felt it this morning on Good Morning America, and we're so thrilled that you're here with us on GMA3. And you've had such a remarkable career. You've been in contact with so many remarkable people, and now you've played this role for 13 years. You've inhabited Trevor. Has it changed for you? Has he changed for you?
I think I've added layers to him, I hope, because I care about him. He's a conduit for my profession, my craft, my life as a storyteller, and he does care about storytelling, and we do share our love of Shakespeare. And I think Trevor could be quite a good Shakespearean actor. If given the chance. Maybe he will get a chance. Who knows?
We have something special for our viewers. We have a clip, so let's take a look.
Oh.
Hey, have you tried box breathing? What? Breathe in slowly for a count of 5. Then hold for 5. And you exhale slowly for 5. Then hold for 5 once again. You don't think about the callback. It's your job as an actor to experience life. This is your life. You've had a victory, a moment of accomplishment, so fill your cup.
Oh, I feel calmer already.
I'd follow him. I'd follow his
follow
advice.
his advice?
I'd love to be directed by Trevor. I really would. Box breathing, it does work.
It does work.
Yeah,
it does work.
Yeah.
All right, so you don't think about that.
Steadying the breathing, yeah.
Sir Ben Kingsley, thank you so much
It's
for
always
being
a
here.
pleasure.
We so appreciate
It's
it.
so brief. Time flies.
Time flies.
Wow.
But we were entranced by what you said. So thank you so
You're very
much.
generous.
Yes.
Thank you.
And Wonder Man begins streaming Tuesday, January 27th on Disney+. We'll be right back here on GMA3.
Really great.
Oh, what great conversations. Thank you so much for watching.
And for more news, check out what you need to know anytime on Disney+.
And you'll see a lot of Rachel.
A lot of Rachel.
See you tomorrow.